All right, we are back to our group activity, the second one for the day, which is going to be our science experiment for our Thinking Thursday activity. And we are going to be checking out chemical change in apples. So this week's newspaper was all about hospital workers and what's been going on. And as we know, many hospital workers are very busy right now. They're helping many sick people feel better. Many people are thanking hospital workers for their work. Hospital workers can include cafeteria workers who actually help cook the food in the hospital. Eating good food and nutritious food can help people become healthy. Good food includes fruits such as
Apple.
yes, apples. So an apple has skin on it on the outside, and it may be red, yellow, or green. This is a red apple, right?
Uh-huh.
The skin on the outside of this apple actually protects what's on the inside of the apple, which is soft, and it's going to typically be white or maybe like light yellow. Once the skin of an apple is cut, the inside of the apple usually starts to turn. Do you know what color, Joshua? Do you guys know?
White.
It starts out white and it usually turns brown. So once you cut open this apple and take off the skin, or if you peel the apple, it's going to start to turn brown. This is called a chemical reaction. This happens when the inside of the apple is exposed to oxygen. Okay? The oxygen reacts with different materials in the apple, turning the inside brown. The material is called an enzyme. So when we cut open this apple, if we just left it out, it's going to turn brown. Do you want to eat a brown apple? No, most people don't like to eat brown apples. So, in this experiment, we're going to put different materials onto an apple piece to try to stop or slow down the turning of the brown for the inside of the apple. We're going to add different things to see which one will work best. Okay. So, when we do an experiment, our first step is we always ask a question. Okay? So, our question today, everybody, is what works best to stop an apple from turning brown? So, that's our big thing we're trying to solve today. Step 2, we're going to make a guess or a hypothesis. So, we're going to try and guess which one of these would be best in stopping an apple from turning brown. So, I think you can pick water, salt, lemon juice, or nothing. So if you're at home, go ahead and take a guess on your own. What are we going to guess today in this house? What do we think will work best to stop an apple from turning brown? Water, salt, lemon juice, or nothing? Take a guess.
What?
What?
Since apples are fresh and water in some water is fresh and salt is salty
Uh-huh.
and lemon is sour,
Uh-huh.
nothing means nothing.
Okay, so which one do you think is going to stop the brown? That's good thinking. I liked your thought process.
I have to be nothing.
So nothing. If we do nothing, it will stop the apple from turning brown?
I just got mixed up.
Okay. So what's your guess? Water, salt, or lemon juice then? Which one of these are going to stop it from turning brown?
Some salt could be fresh, right? Wait, since lemons are taste sour, but they're right to pick. So I think it's lemon.
Lemon. Okay. That's going to be our guess for here. Lemon juice. So now we're on to step 3, which is do the experiments. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go over here. So
Mother dragon. Butter.
we are going to take our apple, right? And again, remember the skin protects the inside of the apple and keeps those enzymes in there. So we're going to take one apple and we need to get how many pieces? How many bowls do I have here? 1.
4.
Very good. We've got 4. We're going to do one apple and cut it into 4. Okay? I'm going to do the cutting. So to make an apple into 4, we first cut it in half, right? This is the easiest way. So So we take our apple, we cut it down the middle. This makes a half. 2 pieces, right?
Your seat, so you can find the apple tree.
You could. I need 4, so I'm going to cut these 2 pieces one more time to make 4.
No, because 2 and 2 makes 4.
That's right. 2 and 2 does make 4. Ooh. I was good at this. Is that would be? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm just going to go down the middle. I'm going to cut that in half, and I'm going to cut this piece in half as well.
If you just leave it as 2, and you put it together, it comes back to 1.
So I have 4 pieces now. So my 1 apple, when I cut it twice, became 4. That's how we can get to 4. Okay, so Joshua, my assistant here, I want you to put 1 apple in each bowl.
So I guess this one, lemon.
Uh-huh. Salt and nothing. Good. So we have our bowls labeled here. So this apple is going to be covered in water. This apple will be covered in salt. This apple will be covered in lemon juice, and this apple will be covered in nothing. Okay, so we're going to take our water. We're going to pour it over our apple, okay? Ooh.
Exploding.
Next, we've got our salt.
Wait, can I do it?
Sure. I want you to shake salt all over that apple, okay? Ooh, does it look good? Looks like you got a good amount of salt there. Next, we have our lemon juice, and we're gonna cover this apple in lemon.
Can I do it?
Sure. Woo! And this apple gets
Nothing.
nothing, right? Okay, so we're gonna use our timing skills right now. We're gonna collect the next step is gonna be our data collection. So, in our experiment, we're collecting data. We're gonna look at our apple and how it changes after 5 minutes and 15 minutes. So we're gonna start our timer
My gum's here. This
Right
apple's
now.
almost turning a little brown.
and we are gonna come back in 5 minutes to see if they've changed color.
Hey kids!
All right, we're back. It's been 5 minutes, so we're gonna check how our apples are doing to see which one's like browner or coloring. So we're gonna pull them out. This is our water one.
It looks a little brown.
It is. It's starting to definitely turn a little bit brown, especially around the edges. So we're gonna go over to our artwork here. And the water, I'm gonna put just a little bit of brown, some light, and then it's kind of like a light white yellow. And I would say it's a little brown in the middle here, right? Okay. Our salt. What do you think?
Whoa, it turns brown.
It's not as brown around the edges, I would say. It's definitely covered in salt. So I'm just gonna do like a light yellow over it, and a little brown on the bottom. Okay, and we got our lemon juice one, and how's this looking?
A little brown.
A little brown. Mainly on the bottom of the apple, would you say? More toward the skin.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to do just a little bit of brown on the skin. Kind of like that one was. And mainly this light hasn't changed too much.
Scorpion Drago.
Okay, and let's see our nothing apple.
It's a lot brown.
It's definitely the most brown, so I'm going to put kind of like a tan color over our, what do you think, tan? Make a tan apple. A little bit of a tan apple. So I'm just going to just kind of light. It's light. Everything is light. Light changes
For tan.
right now. Right? It hasn't been too much of a change in the inside of the apple from getting into the oxygen yet, right? The enzymes haven't changed too much. So our next
Kids, I made this like
next time we're gonna check our
It's a
apples is
squeaky
15
dragon.
minutes from now. So we're gonna pause. We're gonna come back in
Riders.
15 minutes and reassess what our apples look like. Okay, our timer just went off, so we know it has been 15 more minutes, right? So we are gonna check our apples again, and we are looking for
look.
color. Oh, the water got on the water sign. All right, so let's pull out our water apple. How's it looking?
Good.
What color is it?
Brown.
It's definitely more of a brown color, a little more brown than before, I would say. It's definitely not crisp, clear white. So I'm gonna put kind of an all over light brown and then a little middle. Again. This kind of seems to be the most brown. The bottoms closest to the, I think closest to the skin has been it's like a little yellow because it's still got yellow and white on it. Okay, and let's check out our salt. I'm going to shake off some of the salt so we can see it better. It is, I'd say, what do you, slight yellow? Slight yellow. It doesn't look too bad, actually. If we're looking at the two next to each other, I definitely think this is a little darker, for sure. So I'm going to put just kind of a little darker yellow over, and maybe a little brown right at the skin again, right at the bottom here. Might be starting to get a little bit here, but for the most part, it didn't change too much even in the 15 minutes. Maybe just a little more yellowy. Okay, and on to our lemon juice. So this looks pretty similar. I'd say like a light yellow, very little brown. I'm not really seeing brown except for, like, again, just like it starts to go closest to the skin, I think. So I'm just gonna do all over yellow. It's not pure white, but it's not too bad. Just a little bit of brown. Okay, and last we have we've done nothing. Done a nothing apple. I definitely see browns in here along the skin. And if I were to put them against each other, it's definitely got brown. I would say the two ends have the most brown right now. This definitely seems to be the most. It's definitely dry, that apple. So I'm gonna put on the color for this one. It's got definitely more brown. It's definitely starting to turn more brown in the white area, and it just feels like life's been sucked away. So more brown in here, and we're kind of getting brown a little darker and closer to the skin, and definitely kind of a ick color. And I would put brown over. Okay. So again, I think our drawings look most like these apples too. Like the water and the nothing seem to be getting the most brown. The salt and the lemon juice have the least amount of brown, in my observation, using my eyeballs.
Eyeballs?
Yeah, that's what I'm using. Using my eyes to figure it out. So we've organized our data on our apple page, and now we are going to our conclusion. Let's remember that our guess was like lemon juice was going to be the best. So, did all the apple pieces look the same after the experiment? Answer is
No.
right. They don't. They don't all look the same. No. What worked best to stop the apple from turning brown? Water, salt, lemon juice, or nothing? So if we go back to look at our data collection, the best is going to be salt or the lemon juice. What do you think? Salt or lemon juice? Let's go over here and look again. I would have to say between the two of them, I'm gonna take this apple. I'm gonna eat this apple first over this one. So I'm gonna say the lemon juice. It really does look most consistent and it has the least amount. This is really starting to get brown on the skin, which is not as appealing, and this still doesn't have that much. Okay, so we are going for which one? The lemon juice, right? Was your guess correct? Joshua, was your guess correct? You guessed lemon juice and we thought lemon juice. So yes, really salt was a close second. So as a bonus, you know, our goal is to find out how to keep our apples from turning brown because we really do want to eat them, right? We don't just want to cut them open and have them hang out. Hi there, new student. So if you were going to taste test these, it does definitely seem this is the driest. This is the most unappealing to me, both visually and I bet it probably tastes okay, but it doesn't look good. So if the best preservative is lemon or salt, right? You want to try these apples? Let's take a bite. You ready? I'm still gonna dip this one in a little water just to get the salt off. You want to try this one? You don't?
It's good.
I definitely tasted salt. That was salty. Ooh. Let me try the lemon. Ooh. Way better. Oh my God. That's like night and day. Okay. So taste test. Lemon. Definitely lemon all the way. This was so salty. So it did help keep it less brown. This actually kept it the best from turning brown and it tastes the best. Yummy. So next time you want to keep your apples from turning brown from all the oxygen that's entering the enzymes once you cut the skin, put a little lemon juice on it. I think it tastes way better. Woohoo! We're done with our group work, which means we are finished for today. So have a wonderful Thursday and we will see you tomorrow for Friday.